everybody, welcome back to our channel kaviwebdesigns, and today I'm going to tell you about a new chapter number 2, Python installation. Now before we move into our Python installation, if you did not watch our previous video, please watch our previous video because our previous video talks about Java installation. So now let's jump into our chapter number 2. Now how do we install Python in Ubuntu? So Ubuntu usually comes with Python pre-installed. To check the current version, open a terminal and run. So how am I supposed to install Python when it's already installed in Ubuntu? You may be thinking maybe just uninstall Python, but no. If we uninstall Python, then we'll lose many apps like terminal and many more. So what I will be doing is I will simply update Python to its latest version. So let's open up Ubuntu to run this command to see where is our version. So let's open up Ubuntu here. Now I'm opening up Ubuntu and now it's in the boot screen. So just wait for some time. So as you can see here it's saying booting Linux kernel. So now it will just take some time for it to come. So as you can see here now Ubuntu has been successfully loaded. Now here I'm writing Ubuntu as a passport. So as you can see here the username is Ubuntu and the passport is Ubuntu for the Ubuntu VM box. So now here I'm in Ubuntu. Now here I'm going to the terminal. And now here I'm writing Python. We're supposed to write Python 3 -- and then we're supposed to write version. So now as you can see here it says Python 3.10.12. That means Ubuntu has installed Python 3.10.12. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. So if you see a version like Python 3.10.12, that means Python is already installed. Now if you need to specify or upgrade Python, you can follow these steps. So here is written update the package list, which is essential for installing anything. So let's type this command called sudo apt update. So here I'm back at my UTM here, and now here I'm writing sudo apt update. Now when I press enter, here it will say sudo passport for Ubuntu and the passport is Ubuntu. Now here it will take some time for it to start loading up. So here is going to take some time for all of it to complete, and as you can see here it has been successfully done. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. Now let's move on to our next slide, which is installing Python. So let's install Python by writing sudo apt install python 3. So now let's go to our UTM and write sudo apt install python 3. Now here it will say do you want to continue, yes or no. So you have to press Y for yes and N for no. So here I'm pressing Y to install Python, of course, and here it will take some time. Now here it has been done and Python has been successfully installed. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. But before going back to my PPT, I'm just going to clear. Now let's verify the installation of Python. By writing Python 3 -- version, you can see if Python is successfully installed or not. So let's go to our UTM to install Python to see if Python is installed. So now we have to write Python 3 -- version, and when we press that here, now it just says 3.10.12 again, as because Python is already in the newest and the latest Python update. So nothing won't be changed. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So next we have to install the pip for Python package management. To install package, you need pip, the Python package manager or ppm. So here we are supposed to install pip for Python 3, we are supposed to write sudo apt install python 3-pip. So let's go to our UTM to write this. So here we are supposed to write sudo apt install python 3 pip. Now here it's saying, do you want to continue, yes or no? So we can press yes to continue and no to not continue. But here I'm just pressing yes to continue. Now here it will take some time because you are installing pip for Python, which will take some time. So here it's saying the estimated time, saying like 1 minute to 18 seconds. So I'll see you when it happens. So as you can see here pip has been successfully installed. Now let me just clear this before going back to our PPT. Now let's go back to our PPT. Now next our PPT says to verify the installation of pip. If pip is installed, we'll see if pip is installed by writing this command called pip3 -- version. Now let's go to our UTM to test this. So pip3 -- version. And now when we press it, here it will say pip 22.0.2 from this location, Python, and it's from Python 3.10. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. Now let's move on to our next slide, which talks about the installation of VEN for the virtual environment. Now to create the isolated Python environment, we will use venv, which is part of the standard library. Now let's see how do we install venv if it's not available. So number 1, we're supposed to write sudo apt install python 3 - venv. Now let's go to our UTM to test this. So here I'm writing sudo apt install python 3 - venv. Now when we press enter, here it will take some time and it will say, do you want to continue or do you don't want to continue? So we can press yes to continue and no to not continue. Now I'm just pressing yes to continue. Now here it will take some time because it's downloading the virtual environment. Now as you can see here it's already done. Now let me just type in clear. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. Now here we have to create a virtual environment. So you must navigate to the desired directory where you want to create the virtual environment. For example, like CD projects. So we have to create a folder called projects. So let's create the folder called projects and go inside of it. So now here in Ubuntu, here I'm going to type in mkdir and I'm just gonna create it called /projects. And now here projects, the directory called project has been created. Now when I press ls, here you can see projects as a new directory inside. Now let's go into the projects directory. So now I'm going to the projects directory by pressing POG and pressing tab. Now let's go to our projects directory. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. Now here to create the virtual environment named my-env or any name you choose. So we have to write python -3 -m when and my-env or anything else. So here let's go to our UTM to test this. So you are supposed to write Python dash 3 when and then we're supposed to write anything. So I'm just going to write my env, and when I press enter, oh, seems like there's a mistake. Oh, seems like we're supposed to write Python 3-m when and my environment. So when I press enter, here it will take some time. And now here it has been successfully created. Now let's see if it's there. See, as you can see here it has been written my environment. Now let's go back to our PPT to see what's next. So now let's go to our next slide. Our next slide talks about how to activate our virtual environment. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to write source my environment or the file folder that you have chosen /bin/activate. Now let's write this in Ubuntu. Now here in Ubuntu, here I'm supposed to write source, and then here you have to write source my env/bin/activate. Now when we press enter, seems like I have done a mistake. Oh, seems like I'm supposed to write this stores my env/bin/activate. Now when I press enter, here now it's showing my environment and Ubuntu at the rate of Ubuntu/projects. Now let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. So here, when activated, your terminal prompt will change like this. So my environment or your file name and your user and the host/projects. Now let's verify the Python version within the virtual environment. Now let's go to our Ubuntu to test this. So here we're supposed to write Python dash version, and now when we type it, here it will say Python 3.10.12. That means Python is successfully installed in our virtual environment. So let's go back to our PPT to learn about more. So folks, that's it for today. And if you like this video and you want to support us, please like, share, subscribe to our channel kaviwebdesigns, and keep on watching our videos and show us some love. Have a nice day, and this is Bhavik signing off.